So after 1.5 years in Canada, finally we bought our first phone, iPhone 11 Pro and
Google Pixel 3a.
And after doing so much analysis, after checking a lot of phones, a lot of plans, we came up to this conclusion that we are buying iPhone 11 and Google Pixel 3a. And in this video, we'll be sharing all the tips and tricks and how you can save money. So Canada is at the top in terms of the most costliest mobile plans, and US is on second number. So we'll be sharing all the tips and tricks, how we saved money, why did we buy these phones. So stick around. If you are watching the video for the first time, make sure you're subscribing and pressing the bell icon so that you don't miss these kind of amazing videos. Now let's get into it.
So for new immigrants who move to Canada like us, the first thing that you get tempted to is around the natural beauty of Canada. So you just feel like clicking and posting like good pictures on your social media accounts to show it to your friends, family back home, or to make them jealous. Just kidding. It's mainly to click pictures and make memories of your first things in Canada. So you get tempted to buy very high-end phones, very costly phones. We were also in the same situation. But one important thing here is that when you are new to the country, you try and save money wherever you can till you get a good job. So we also tried that, and we tried to live with our old phones for one and a half years. Also, when you move to Canada or US, your family, your friends think that you will by default get a very good phone like iPhone or any other high-end phone. But that's not true.
Yeah, because I mentioned that Canada has the most costliest mobile plans. First tip that we would like to share is that we got our phones from India. We used that phone for 1.5 years. We got a prepaid connection. Now there are two types of connections here. Prepaid, which is also called pay as you go. Postpaid, which you go on a contract with a company for 2 years, and prepaid will be cheaper in the beginning. So we got a prepaid connection. You need to check whether you will be moving out of province or not. If you're staying in a province, you will get a prepaid connection, and there you can save some money. So we knew that we are not moving out of Ontario, so we got a prepaid connection. So we got a basic connection for Ontario-wide calling, not even SMS, because we didn't want any text messages. We don't have any friends and relatives here in Ontario, so we knew that we won't be texting anyone. And you have Wi-Fi connection at home, right? You have Wi-Fi connection in restaurants, wherever you're going, in office as well. So you barely need a data plan, because data plan is very costly. You need to save all money on that. So in the beginning, get a prepaid connection. That depends how much data do you need, if you will be moving out of province or not. So even if you need a data connection, if you need a data plan, that will not cost you more than $40. So in the beginning, our suggestion is to go with your existing phone. Do not get tempted. Do not buy iPhone, because it will be very costly. We will share the cost in a minute.
So why we are saying that don't go out of province is that even if you have friends and family outside like one province, you can always do WhatsApp calls, you can do Facebook calls. There are so many options of internet calling. So why to waste money on that, right? So on that point of prepaid connections, one important thing to note before going for a specific prepaid plan is to check for coverage and connectivity. Even though you will see a lot of cheap plan options here, there are few service providers which don't have coverage in specific areas, or maybe basements, or maybe on some higher floors. So before like going for prepaid connection as well, maybe do some research, do some online research, and see if your area has specific coverage for that network or not. We have seen people getting frustrated because of that, and they end up like changing their plans and changing their numbers. And changing numbers is not easy here. Like you have to get it updated everywhere. Yeah. So you have to be really careful with that.
Still, if you need a very high-end phone, you want the latest phone, you don't have a very good phone. So if you're coming as a couple or coming as a family, you can buy one high-end phone, and maybe you can use that to click pictures. And do not go for the high-end phones for all the family members. That will be very costly in the beginning. So yes, prepaid connection, get one high-end phone, and then maybe you will be able to use your prepaid connection in that. Now let's talk about the postpaid connections, the contract. It is so expensive that with the big carriers like TELUS, Bell, Rogers, it will cost you $75 minimum. So you get 10 GB data, you get Canada-wide calling and other unlimited text and features, but you will get only 10 GB for $75. And this is the cost for only plan.
And that's per month.
That's per month. And if you add another cost for the phone as well, that will be another $70 to $80 if you're going for a high-end latest iPhone or any other latest S10 or Note 10 Plus. So that is why we are suggesting that in the beginning you should not go for a high-end contract, because you will be bound for 2 years. Even if you're getting some discount on the phone, you will have to complete the contract to avail that discount. In case you leave the contract, then you will have to pay back that discount that you got on the device. And once you have a stable income, you get a job, you know that there is an income source every month, then you can go for a contract. You can go for a high-end phone as well. Because you came to Canada, obviously you should fulfill all your desire to have a latest iPhone, and it will not cost you much because you'll be paying every month as an installment. So go for a high-end plan, go for a data plan with maybe big carriers like Bell, Rogers, TELUS, or you can go with a pay-as-you-go plan. You can buy an unlocked phone from the market and use your prepaid connection in that, because prepaid will always be cheaper. If you don't have any requirement for data, so go for a cheap prepaid plan and buy a high-end phone. You will still be able to save a lot of money. And for that high-end phone, you don't have to pay upfront all the amount. You can go to Best Buy, you can get it financed, then you will paying the monthly installments for that phone. You don't have to pay upfront amount for that phone. Let's say you're buying iPhone for $1,500. You will be paying some $50 every month for that iPhone for 2 years, and plus you can get a prepaid connection. So now if you have decided that you're not going for prepaid connection, you are ready to go for a 2-year contract and a phone, then here are the tips by which you can save a lot of money on postpaid and contract connection as well.
So the first and foremost step is to wait for the right time. The right time in Canada is mainly Boxing Day or Black Friday deals, because you will really get good discounts or maybe some free goodies with the connections or plans. So wait for the right time.
So I can give you one example. On this Black Friday, Best Buy was giving free AirPods with iPhone connection. So that was very good deal. We got a good deal. So Google Pixel 3a only costed us $250, whereas it is around $550. So that's a very good discount. Another tip to save a lot of money is, if you don't want to go for a very latest phone, if you can manage with a older version of iPhone or any other phone, that will save you a lot of money. So I can give you an example. Right now I bought iPhone 11 Pro. iPhone X was coming on 0 down payment. So you will be able to get a lot of discount on the older version of the phone, because no one would be buying it. Everyone is buying a new connection, new phone. So that is another tip by which you can save a lot of money. So as I mentioned that we are paying $250 for Google Pixel 3a. We got around $300 discount for 2 years. So if we will break that 2-year contract in between, if she will change her service provider in between, we will have to give that discount back to the service provider. So that's a foundation. You have to be with that carrier for 2 years. Otherwise you will lose all those benefit that you received. Another reason why you should not go for a postpaid connection or a contract in the beginning is that they check the credit history. If your credit score is low, you might not get a contract for 2 years with a good service provider. So in the beginning, obviously you don't have a credit score, you don't have money, you want to save. That is the reason why you should wait for a stable job, stable income, then you should move to a costly contract where you can get good data and good phone as well.
So initially buying a car and maybe renting a house is more important than buying a contract phone. So you should not let your credit score go down because of a contract phone. So rest depends on your preferences. We can only suggest what we felt.
Another way by which you can save a lot of money is porting it your number to a different service provider. So let's say if you're going to service provider A from service provider B, service provider A will give you a lot of discount because he is getting that customer from a different service provider, right? You're not taking a new connection, but you are switching from a different service provider. So there is a lot of cutthroat competition. You will get a lot of discount by porting it your same number from a service provider A to service provider B. So keep checking on those discounts as well. Around Black Friday and Boxing Day, you will get a lot of discount. There is cutthroat competition, intense competition in the telecom industry here. So they want to get other service provider customers. So make sure that you are taking advantage of that. So keep an eye on the discount around Black Friday and Boxing Day. So let me share how much we are paying for iPhone 11 Pro and Google Pixel 3a. So for both of them, we are paying $185 per month. So obviously Pixel 3a is cheaper. For 11X Pro, it's around $110 every month. And for Google Pixel 3a, it's around $70 per month. That's very costly because I know that in India and other South Asian countries, we pay so less for the data. And for all that amount, we are only getting 10 GB per connection, which is so less, right? 10 GB is nothing. We end up consuming 2-3 GB listening to music and watching YouTube. I want to know how much you are paying and how much costly this plan is. How much data are you getting every month or every day, and how much you are paying. So comment down below how much you are paying for, let's say 10 GB, or what is the plan that you are using, how cheap or how costly your plan is.
Also, let us know if you are a team Pixel or if you prefer
Team iPhone.
So let's see who wins. Like, he was trying to convince me to buy an iPhone, but I would prefer Google Pixel 3a anyways. So let's see who wins. Make me win, please.
Let's see who wins. So that was all about buying a phone in Canada. How much is the cost? What are the tips and tricks? Make sure that you are subscribing to the channel and follow us on Instagram, because we are using these phones to click awesome pictures and posting it on Instagram, right?
Yeah. So till next time,
Stick
stick around.
around.